In this lesson on pencil rendering, I'm going to talk to you about how to approach doing some texture on an animal. And if you did a drawing of an animal such as a bear, and you just left everything blank and didn't do anything about it, then the implication is that the animal has no hair if you do nothing with it, at least in a pencil drawing. And so if it's left blank, then what's happening is it's looking as if the animal is bald, like a seal or a dolphin. And if you have a coloring tool like a colored pencil, you could color the bear, and that would give the suggestion that the animal had fur. But with a pencil drawing, since you don't have that luxury, you're going to have to address it in some manner. And so some students would do like a couple of things which are mistakes. First of all, they might use the side of the pencil and just kind of like randomly shade around. And this is okay because it would bring some value onto the animal, but it doesn't do anything to help describe the what's happening as far as like texture on the animal's hair or fur. Some students would do something like this where they'll kind of just draw hair, and this is not good too, because what's happening is that each one of these long pencil lines that you draw, you're saying that the bear has hair that's like that long, like, and that's probably not what's happening like with the bear's fur or hair. So a lot of students will recognize that the hair or fur on an animal is pretty short, and so they'll try to do something like this. They'll draw short lines in any kind of a direction that they think might be. And as you can see, this looks kind of odd too. It's showing that you are sensing that the animal has short hair, but it's not in the. It's a little this kind of of rendering here is a little bit too organized, and also it's going in a wrong direction. So let's take a look at how the fur should be done. If you take a look at the head of an animal, it's from the front view. This is the animal's nose, eyes, ears. This is from the front view. The hair or fur generally starts from the nose and it starts radiating out from the nose to the rest of its body. This is a very general way that the fur is growing. So if you think about it, if you when you're very young, you used to draw a picture of a sun. The sun doesn't look like that with all of these lines, but there is a sense that the light is radiating from a center. So in the same manner, radiating from the nose, we have this situation where the fur or hair generally is radiating from the nose. Most of the drawings that I've seen are in this kind of a view, like where with the side or 3/4 view. So if you take if this is a nose and if the hair is growing, just in general, it should be going up across its back, all the way down to the animal's paws. This is just the general pattern of the hair. Okay. So now that we know what direction it's generally going, we can draw small lines, and the line should be drawn in this manner. You overlap them slightly, but you don't want to give a notion that this has any kind of pattern at all. You don't, what you don't want to do is you don't want to draw lines. These lines are following the notion of that radiating pattern. But the problem with this is two things. One is that these lines are a little bit too organized, like they're kind of like in rows. It looks like almost like astroturf, like artificial. And secondly, the lines are too sparse. There's too much space in between. So your goal, what you want to do, if you're doing like a set of lines, is you make them start in all different places, so it's not in like a row. So you're not doing this kind of a thing, like where each line is straight. Even if I angled it, you don't want to have anybody get a sense that you're organizing the lines. So lines can be short or long. They can crisscross. Do something like that. Then you draw the next layer. Draw some lines that are short, crisscross them, and just move on and just keep doing that. You want to be careful because you need to let the lines breathe a little bit. You don't want to make it so dense that people cannot see like what's happening with the texture. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So in other words, like you can overdo it. Like if you keep going over this area, you're kind of running into the same situation as if you're just doing this with your pencil, because people are not going to be able to see like what's happening like within here if you make it too dense. So that's why you want to be able to have a little bit of space in between the lines, but not so much so this is a little bit too far. This is correct, but this is too much space in between. So there's kind of like a balance. You want to see a little bit of space, but you don't want it to be like this where it's so dense and you overwork it.